Okay, everybody. Gabe will kick it off, then we'll get to questions.
Okay, great. I just wanted to go through some injury updates with everyone. With respect to Belt, we're going to reevaluate him in a couple of weeks. As of right now, there's no timetable for his return. Obviously, we'll share more as time goes on and we get more information. But we're going to leave it there. Alex Dickerson, left foot X-rays were negative. Estrada was kind of hit on the fingertips in the right hand. We're going to get him X-rayed. So far, so good. He was able to throw the ball with no concerns. We weren't going to leave him in that game unless he could show us that he could throw the ball comfortably, and obviously played good defense for us late. And then we removed Tommy Stella from the game with left Achilles discomfort. He just didn't feel like he was going to be rangy enough to play the type of defense that was going to help us get through the game. Felt a little bit limited on the bases as well. So we opted to stick Solano in there at that time. And from there, I think we can go to questions from the game.
All right, go ahead and cue them up after you get the tweets out. Kerry, you could start us off.
Gabe, was something, seeing Doval in the ninth inning, something that you wanted to look at this week, or was he the choice over Leon for a specific reason tonight?
No specific reason. We saw that it was the bottom of the lineup, and obviously Doval had been pitching so well and filling up the zone with both of his pitches, fastball and his slider. And we saw more of that today. I mean, obviously he was in pure attack mode. Even his misses were close misses. It's a very uncomfortable at bat, as you can tell, and we felt like he was the right guy for the job in the moment.
And how did you feel Logan did tonight, given the kind of command issues that he battled in San Diego, the step forward that he may have taken tonight?
I thought it was a fine outing for Logan. I don't think it was the most fortunate outing that he's had. Several ground balls got through the infield. Those ground balls were hit hard, but he was getting the ball on the ground, and obviously the pickoff throw, I mean, there's something that we could probably clean up and save him a run, potentially some pitches, all of those things. So I thought overall it was a fine outing for him. I think he's got more of that attack mode in him, and overall just fine.
Thank you.
John.
We gave Lamont Wade made that error and leading to a run. It was 1-1 for much of the night. But was that a testament to the team, his teammates, for rallying and maybe not making that error matter anymore?
Sure. I mean, look, like I think there's going to be some growing pains and some bumps along the way for anybody that has to fill in for Brandon Belt on defense. Belt is an excellent defender, and Lamont, as athletic as he is, as good as his feet and his hands are, he just hasn't played over there that much. So he does have plenty of experience, so I have no worries about him getting back up to speed, but it has been a while, so some rustiness there. Obviously, the combination of Lamont and Flores got the job done for us, and Flores came in, had a couple of nice at-bats and a big hit for us. We'll do everything we can to get those guys ready to play high-quality defense and protect our pitchers.
Alex.
Hey, Gabe, did you get anything more on Belt just in terms of what the healing process might be like for him, or what kind of optimism Dr. Hansen had, or pessimism on what the next month will look like for him?
I mean, the reason that I can is because he's still kind of, he's swollen. There's some inflammation in there, and it's going to be some time before we have a good understanding of how quickly he's going to heal. I understand why, you're looking for more information in detail. We just don't have it right now. Sorry.
And then it looked like Longoria had a conversation with the umpires, and Nick Crawford went over there after Estrada got hit. Was there any concern just about, two guys get hit pretty hard in a game like this? Do you know what that was about? Or
I'm not sure what those conversations were about. I mean, obviously, we never like to see our guys get hit, and the pitch inside to Longoria was a near miss, and hate to see Estrada take that ball off his fingertips. And just the fact that we've lost Belt recently to injury, and obviously we're dealing with some guys who are a little bit bruised and banged up already. We just want to ensure that everybody comes out of games healthy.
Andy.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask about too. I mean, there were a lot of Diamondbacks pitchers who just didn't know where it was going. Two wild pitches scored runs, 2 bases loaded walks, number of hit batters. I mean, particularly in light of what happened to Brandon. I mean, is there Does that tick you off to see that, or is there any comment you have on it?
I mean, I think there's some frustration anytime we see our hitters having to get out of the way of pitches. I think there's some frustration anytime we see guys get hit like Estrada did, particularly around some other injuries that are happening. Just, kind of creates a heightened level of sensitivity. And at the same time, I think our players are very focused and are looking to avoid any sort of additional distraction right now. And there's a lot at stake every day. Certainly a lot at stake from a health standpoint. And now here we are after a game that we won. I think we want to get ready for tomorrow's baseball game. And so, there's a lot of ways to go with this, but I think right now we just want to stay, have that laser sharp focus on the step right in front of us.
And Carlos.
Gabe, Logan's last two outings have been a bit bumpy in the first inning, including tonight. Have you seen anything specific in that first inning from Logan?
It's almost always about attacking the strike zone, getting ahead in counts, staying ahead in counts, looking for early contact. I mean, look, sometimes you look up and you see he's missed a lot of bats and struck a lot of dudes out. And that's not always what's best for Logan. What is best for Logan is early contact, weak contact, allowing the defense to gobble up those ground balls and convert them into outs. And so he can run kind of an efficient pitch count late into games and save our bullpen. So it's really just about, lots of strikes, filling up the strike zone. That's always going to be his thing.
And then Chris, we saw a couple of defensive assists by Chris where it would seem like it were going to be doubles or extra base hits, and he just kept them singles. What are you seeing from Chris as a defensive left fielder that, I don't know, amazes you or just surprises you from that standpoint?
I thought Chris did a nice job. Obviously the first ball off of Peralta's bat, he was positioned well, got a nice jump, and was able to track that ball down. And to your point, he did a nice job cutting balls off tonight.
Thanks.
And back to Andy. Nope. Okay. Danny.
Yeah. In sports, you never want to hear the word Achilles. With
Danny,
Donnie, what was the word?
Achilles.
Achilles.
Yeah. Is that something that Tommy's been dealing with before, or does he have a history with that or anything like that? Do you know?
He's been dealing with some discomfort in his Achilles for several days. He was working through it in Colorado. It just kind of was bugging him today enough. And I don't think he felt at risk in any way, but I think what he did feel was a little bit compromised. I asked him, how compromised do you feel on defense? Feel like you can go get it for us? And the answer is always going to be yes, but I think he felt a little bit limited. And, when we have a good option like Donovan Solano, who can not only play solid defense for us, but, you don't miss much putting his bat in the lineup. Sometimes it's the right trade-off. So obviously this is something for us to monitor, but we didn't feel like Tommy was exposed by any stretch today. Just more, a baseball decision based on the way he was feeling.
Got it. Thank you.
That's all we have. Thanks, Gabe.
Cool. Thanks. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, Logan, I know maybe the command wasn't where you wanted it early in this game, but to be able to pitch in another win for this team, knowing what is at stake in this division race right now, just how excited have you been for this opportunity this week, and how important was it to you tonight to deliver in a victory?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge week for sure. The only thing that matters is us having a win at the end of the game. So, super excited we got the win. The command thing, I got to go watch. I'll go back and watch the game, but honestly, it's more that I tip my cap to those guys. There was a lot of pitches I thought I threw really well down in the zone that, I feel like most of the time get swings that they just kind of weren't swinging at. So it's just, I think they got a really good lineup over there. And like I said, I had Buster and a couple of guys come up to me afterward, and they were like, that was a great job. They, like you said, you just got to kind of tip your cap. But frustrating part is I didn't really make the adjustment of kind of moving my sights up, and I think that's why I was 2-2, 3-2 to a lot of hitters today, and that just gets my pitch count up, and that's why I was only able to go 5. But honestly, compared to the last game, I thought today was so much better.
Got it. Thank you.
Alex.
Hey, Logan, how do you handle the next 4 days, knowing that you're potentially going to be pitching a 162? You potentially could be pitching a game that doesn't matter in the standings. I guess your next long start could be in the playoffs. So how do you handle all this?
If it does, hopefully it doesn't come down to that last game, kind of to decide everything. But if it does, then so be it. I'd be super excited. I think that's kind of like those situations are kind of what I play for, to be honest with you. And if it comes down to it, then it comes down to it. But hopefully we get things done, and the way we think we're going to get things done. And that last game, we can. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but like kind of. I'll end it at that, actually.
Danny.
Hey Logan, I might have misheard you, so sorry if I'm wrong here. But you said that you didn't move your sights up while pitching. I'm wondering what exactly you meant by that.
No, it's just so early in the game, the whole game. Honestly, they did a really good job at taking some pitches down in the zone that I feel pretty comfortable throwing in any count with changeup, slider. So it was like knowing these guys are doing a really good job of taking and working the count, moving my sights up into the zone, kind of raising the height of my pitches is what I was trying to say. But yeah, just doing that earlier than later.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, that's all we have. Thanks, Logan.
Hi, Wilmer. What does it say about this group? I mean, Brandon Belt goes down with an injury, and you guys all just fill in and admirably again, and just keep pushing through this.
Yeah, I mean it's part of the game what happened to him, and whoever's gonna be out there, it's got to execute. We've been doing it all year. A lot of guys got hurt during the course of the season, and we just find ways to do it.
Alex.
Hey, Wilmer, is there any frustration with guys getting hit a few times tonight as you're kind of approaching the playoffs here, and it looked like their pitching staff was having some issues?
Yeah, it's definitely frustrating. You don't want to see guys getting hit often. If I feel like the guy today was trying to throw inside, he just couldn't. But it's just frustrated. But thank God, Charlotte's okay.
Carrie.
Wilmer, how do you look at this week for you guys? You've already won now 103 games and still might have to win a lot more for the playoffs. What's the sense like in the clubhouse? What's it going to take to get this thing done?
I don't think we're thinking about it. We just kind of show up and win that day. We show up today and we got to win today. Can't worry about what's happening, but we got to take it bat by bat, and that's how we're going to do it.
Thank you.
And John.
Yeah, to that point, Wilmer, isn't there a comfort level knowing that every day you play, you're a day closer to the end, and the end is near, and you might be celebrating this thing this week?
Yeah. I mean, obviously we're close. We don't want to put pressure on ourselves. We've been doing it all year, and we're gonna keep doing it this week. We're gonna show up tomorrow, and our minds, it's just win that day.
And what was your reaction to the belt injury, you guys counted on him, quite a bit. Like you count on everybody, but he was so hot.
Yeah, definitely. It's a bummer. We don't want to see any of our guys going down, and especially one of our best hitters. But it's baseball. It's gonna happen. We'll adjust.
Andy.
Hi, Wilmer. I wonder if you could tell me what you think about Camilo Doval and also Kirby Castro, even though he didn't pitch today, and just how those two young guys have stepped up and what it's been like for you to watch their development.
First of all, they got the stuff, to be in the big league. But the one thing that I'm surprised about, it's how they react on the pressure. And when they're on the mound, it looks like they've been here forever. Like today, Doval trying to close a game, and he looks relaxed. He trusts his stuff, and they're just looking like they belong here.
And then what's your thought on just 103 wins? That matches the most the Giants have ever won in San Francisco. And, still a few more wins you've got to get to go where you need to go. But did you ever think you'd be playing for a team that would win 103 games?
Obviously, every year this is the goal that every team has. And get to this point, it's it makes you proud, really proud of our guys. And, starting the season, we knew that we had the pieces to do it. And, going out there and everybody executing, it makes you proud.
Thanks, Wilmer.
That's all we have. Thank you, Wilmer.
Thanks, Mikey.